Now, as economic times change, so shall all the laws of the land and all the governments. They're going to change the laws to suit how we live. And they do it in order to cope with situations. And we here can suffer economically too, as families, because of the economy. Economies change, things get bad, and it can get worse. And this would throw us at the mercies of those ones in charge. Now, looking for the handouts, which a lot of people get right now from the welfares, governments and so forth, and etc. That's what you're going to get from them. So then we become reliant. We become reliant on all of them, and it causes us to agree and follow all these laws which are against our beliefs. Now, the welfare state, what you may call it, it do just that. So very soon, society will be forced to carry the mark of the beast in order to survive. Now, you won't be able to buy or sell without the mark, unfortunately. So just turn to Revelation 13, and we're going to read 16, 17, and 18 of Revelations. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Notice the words, he causeth all, in verse 16. For him are that great power to control people's lives. He obviously must be very powerful. And he must also be very powerful enough to cause wars too. So who would go to the extreme to start a war? Because of bad economic times. Who would create so much hate amongst its citizens against certain ethnic groups, causing some to even lose their lives? Remember September 11? It caused a great deal of hate towards people of Middle Eastern descent. And yes, some were even attacked, beaten, and some were even killed, as you all remember. Now, I'm not pointing fingers to one particular leader, but there have been many a dictator and leader in the past years that have gone by, long before we were even born, that did these very same things. Remember Hitler? Hitler tried for world domination in creating one superior race. And it was just fueled by power, greed, and cruelty. Remember Yugoslavia, when they had the war between them and different states in Yugoslavia, the Muslims and so forth, that caused it to break up? No, that wasn't world domination. They didn't want world domination. But the same thinking, all based on genocide. Power, land, and greed. That was Yugoslavia's problem. And I remember Romania, they had a problem too. But that was genocide again. Power and greed. And today it is Chechnya. And that's power, land. Just to separate and have their own country, they would go to the extreme to carry their people to war, killing out most of their men. Now they're looking at laws. They're looking at creating laws to have men, the remaining men, married to more than one woman in order to repopulate the land. Could you imagine that? What a waste of lives. But we're going to continue what we were talking about, the 666. But man still continues to do his evil towards each other. Now, whoever this man is that carries a 666, we know he will be very powerful. Whatever he does, it will be like a brainwashing all to think that, yeah, this is the right thing we have to do in order to survive. These things must be implemented. Well, I've got news for you. Changes are coming. Some will fall into the trap unaware. Why? Because of ignorance. But they have no excuse. But the Lord knows who's on his side, because he will be the only thing. With all the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth, to challenge and deal with the beast, the 666. Read chapter 14 of Revelations. Chapter 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And lo, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. They are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the firstfruits unto God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. Yes, they are angels. I must encourage enlightenment to all those who are willing to hear, because Scripture did speak of those whom were caught napping. The three foolish virgins. Let's not be like them. This is what's going to happen when you follow fashion as an unbeliever and receive the mark of the beast.